Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? Welcome back. Today we're going to do something a little bit different, and today's video is actually inspired by Sarah Hawkinson, Possessed by Horror. Shout out Sarah. This was a really good video idea and I had to jump on it. Today we are looking at some of my 1-star rated horror films. And I'm not talking like, haha, Ashley likes bad films, Ashley loves to recommend Evil Bong, not stuff like that, like movies that I genuinely disliked and gave 1 star or lower. My only half a star rated movie is in this list, and I've only got a handful to talk about today. So if you enjoy this video, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. Also, check out my Letterboxd. You can usually tell what kind of videos I'm working on based on what I'm logging, but you can also follow along with all of the lists I've curated over there. Letterboxd is a really great resource for movie lovers. Not sponsored, just honestly, I use it all the time. So let's start off this list with the only half-star rated horror movie on my Letterboxd to date, and that is House of the Witch from 2017. A group of high school kids set out to play a Halloween prank at an abandoned house, but once they enter, they become victims of a demonic witch who has her wrath set upon them. Now, this movie has an average 1.7 to begin with, and like I said, this is my only half-star rated film. So let's read my review. House of the Witch was genuinely one of the worst movies I have seen all year. Curse you, Netflix, for recommending. I stand by that. Horribly unlikable characters, awful acting, laughable CGI effects, and an annoying story. I hated it. I don't think I've ever given a movie half a star, but here we are. And to date, I still have not given another movie half a star. This truly has some of the worst CGI I have ever seen in a film. And that's saying something because there's another film on this list that completely ruined my idea of a good time, but we'll get there. House of the Witch is just your standard home invasion with a twist film, and watch if you dare. So next we're getting into the 1 stars, and please do not hate me for this one, but one of my worst rated films of all time has become Trap from 2024, directed by our guy M. Night Shyamalan, which is really disappointing. A father and teen daughter attend a pop concert where they realize they are at the center of a dark and sinister event. In theory, this sounds like a really great setup, but in practice, this was abysmal at best. Okay, strap in for my review. Yeah, this was not it for me. The dialogue was painful. I stand by that as well. I felt like I was sitting through a concert and not a crime thriller. Even when we left the concert setting, we still got more concert, yes. And such a weird, unnecessary performance by Josh Hartnett. He was so weird and freaky in a goofy kind of way. I kind of want to rectify that. I think in hindsight, it was a little more camp, but that's only because he's been giving us the same kind of role lately ever since the Black Mirror Aaron Paul episode he was in. I feel like he's just been stuck in this weird, goofy, campy character. I also said that the young girl that played his daughter was the highlight of the film, and that is one thing that really kept me watching, was the young girl that played Josh Hartnett's daughter in Trap. Her name is Ariel Donahue, and I feel like she was the only person taking this movie seriously. All right, if you watched my Deep Blue Sea movie review, you know I have a bone to pick with Rennie Harlin. So you know The Strangers Chapter 1 is on my 1-star movie list. From 2024, after their car breaks down in an eerie small town, a young couple are forced to spend the night in a remote cabin. Panic ensues as they are terrorized by 3 masked strangers who strike with no mercy and seemingly no motives. Firstly, I feel like this would have been a way better film if there was an unknown cast. Madeline Petch, no hate to you, but not a horror girl. She did not fit what this movie was going, like the role that she was in. I feel like she did not sell it whatsoever. It was very CW, it was very Disney. So let's look at my review of this one, beginning with whoever greenlit this. I have some words. Actually, let's fight this one out, because what the hell is this horse shit? This was genuinely the worst take on The Strangers that could have ever happened. I just changed my mind about the original like 2 weeks ago, and honestly, this felt like a mockery. I'm pissed now. I am not looking forward to chapter 2, which I know it's coming out pretty soon. I will watch it, and I will not be happy about it. I just feel like there were so many things that happened in this movie that could have easily been avoided. Like so many choices that I feel like were intentional that really just upset me as the audience. It was so not believable for what it was. And I did mention a little while ago that I had not enjoyed The Strangers, the original one, for so long, because there's a scene where it literally takes Liv Tyler like 3 full minutes to get outside. But you know what? Now that I have lived on my own for so long and I've gone through scary experiences, that movie is so scary. It is such a great example of how scary home invasion can be. And once again, The Strangers Chapter 1, a mockery of the original. A little while ago, Alex and I revisited the Cloverfield series because on our podcast he was ranking and revisiting all of that. But I had never seen the Cloverfield Paradox. I had only seen 10 Cloverfield Lane and the original Cloverfield. This might be one of the worst decisions ever made. From 2018, orbiting above a planet on the brink of war, scientists test a device to solve an energy crisis and end up face to face with a dark alternate reality. I'm glad I put this one off for so long, and it was really a waste of time. So my review, okay, we finished our Cloverfield marathon and boy are my arms tired. Joke does not apply here, but no brain cells left after this one. It was capital B-A-D. Happy I initially skipped because wow, this was a chore to get through. Tried to be The Thing and Alien in the Cloverfield universe and it was so weird. Yeah, it felt like it wanted to be anything other than what Cloverfield set up in the original. A weird deviation in the story that really tried to connect it all. Okay, moving on to something I was actually really excited about. I love aquatic horror. I love movies that are set in water. I love things that are under the sea. No Little Mermaid joke intended there, but it's so scary to me because I feel like there's so much unexplored depths that I don't want to explore, and that's what makes it so scary for me. And I was really hyped about The Deep House, and it let me down in so many ways. From 2021, while diving into a remote French lake, a couple of YouTubers who specialize in underwater exploration videos discover a house submerged in the deep waters. What was initially a unique finding turns into a nightmare when they discover that the house was the scene of atrocious crimes. Trapped with their oxygen reserves failing dangerously, they realize the worst is yet to come and they are not alone in the house. The setup sounds so good, and it comes from the directors of Inside, from so many, Maury and Bastille. They really create such rich worlds, but their movies can be hit and miss, and this is one of the misses. Good in theory, but in execution, this fucking sucked. The ADR was so bad, and it was just eye acting through masks the whole time. Not a single jump scare got me. I don't know, this was so bad. And this is something that is so rife with jump scares that it's the only thing that is scary about the movie, and it really doesn't do anything for you. And when I say the ADR was so bad, it is like the additional dialogue, like replacement dialogue, like that, in case you guys don't know what that means. It is literally replaced dialogue for the whole movie. It's just people swimming around, looking around, and it sounds like they just put a filter over their voices or some sort of effect over the voices to make it sound like they were in the masks. it was really distracting. And I really did have high hopes for that one. It sounded so promising. But let's move into Unhuman from 2022, a movie that I still think about to this day being one of the worst films I've ever seen. After their school bus crashes, a group of high school students are thrown into a terrifying fight for survival as they try to take down a group of unhuman savages before they kill each other first. This feels like if someone tried to make an Edgar Wright inspired film without ever watching an Edgar Wright film. My review got 44 likes. That's crazy. Whoever edited this, we need to talk. The fast zooms and hard cuts, the ending fight scene did this movie so dirty, it could have been half a star better. I am not the biggest fan of zombie films to begin with. However, Zombie Ass, Toilet of the Dead, I love that movie. But this feels like it wanted to be in the like George Romero universe. It just wanted to be so many zombie movies in one, and so it feels like an amalgamation of too many thoughts, if that makes sense. But anyways, let's talk about one of the biggest disappointments for me, Ghosts of War. From 2020, a group of World War II American soldiers encounter a supernatural entity as they occupy a French castle previously under Nazi control. Talk about bad CGI. The CGI in this movie is on par with House of the Witch, and it completely takes you out of the story. I wanted to watch this movie because I was hot off of Sons of Anarchy, and my favorite character, Juice, he's in this film. A terrible decision to watch on my part. And like, love a good war movie, but not like this. All right, very quickly, my review. I was excited for this because of the cast, but whoever did the CGI in this movie, I just want to talk. This was a waste of talent and a waste of a decent storyline. Yikes. And this is another film that I feel, once again, would benefit from an unknown cast, would benefit from practical effects all the way through. Change those two things and you would have had a 3-star film. Whatever that horseshit was, man, I don't know. I cannot defend that one. But anyways, let me know if you like this kind of video. There's definitely more 1-star reviews. I feel like I just did not want to be too controversial. We've watched almost 500 movies this year alone, which sounds absolutely crazy. But I feel like in saying that, I have a really good gauge of what is a good movie, what I can recommend, what is bad in a good way, and what is actually just, like I said in the beginning, horse shit. Strangers Chapter 1, I am looking at you. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if there are any 1-star films you've rated that you think are controversial. Like, let me know your controversial horror movie takes in the comments. I would love to know. I can't believe we are already in August almost. And I'm thinking August, we may do anthology week for my themed horror movie week. I have so many anthologies that I've wanted to talk about for so long. So questions, concerns, queries, everything in the comments, and I will see you guys so soon. Sayonara, spooky fan.